Hello, my name is Edward Roberts. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Something I wanted to discuss today is keeping magic in your child's lives. And what I mean by magic, I'm talking about everything from the Tooth Fairy to Santa Claus. Keeping kids in that, I don't want to say gullible because that sounds negative, but that stage in life where they're not overthinking every little thing and they can believe in magic and they can believe that they're going to lose a tooth and put it under their pillow when they wake up, there's going to be a couple of bucks under there. Now, I know what the Tooth Fairy is. It's mom and dad creeping in there at, midnight to sleuth away the tooth and put the payola under the pillow, which is amazing for a child. Imagine waking up and you don't know any better and you think that some magical being has come into your room and taken your tooth for whatever possible purposes and left you with a payout as big as your allowance in a week. That's amazing. And I don't like using that word gullible because children are innocent. They don't overthink every little thing. They don't ask too many questions when it comes to things like that. They really take things at face value. And heck, it's coming from their parents who they're told to trust. So these little fibs we tell kids, I think it honestly just keeps them innocent and keeps the young just a little bit longer. And it's tough in my house because I have two children that are 2 years apart. And the one who's a little bit older, he's come to grips completely on his own. Nothing was offered, but I think around the schoolyard, maybe believing things at an older age, you get made fun of. So that quickly gets washed away with when you get to be a certain age. But our younger son, who's 2 years younger than his brother, this might be our last year with him, keeping that magic alive, especially at Christmas time. Whatever you practice in your home as far as your ethnicity, your race, your spirituality, and your religion, that's separate. I'm talking just about the magical things in the house that parents might do, whether it's Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, these kinds of things, and how magical it is to see their expressions in their faces in the morning as these things unfold. It's priceless and it's not going to be there forever. So I'll tell you, from a parent's perspective, one thing that does tick me off though is that Santa gets all the cred on Christmas morning. The big present is always from Santa. The stocking is always from Santa. To me, those are the two biggest parts of the Christmas morning festival of gifting, and I don't even get the credit for it. It kind of blows up in a kid's face, though, too, when they do figure it out. My son was very vocal about not believing in any of this stuff, my older son, that is. He recently lost a tooth, told us about it. I think he honestly put it under his pillow. And in the morning, he kind of looked around and said, oh, what the heck? Where's my cash? And he comes in the kitchen and he kind of, keeps his voice on the down low and he says, hey, the tooth's still under my pillow. And I looked at him and I said, do you believe in the Tooth Fairy? He said, no. I said, well, there's your answer. I think he was disappointed by that response and the outcome of what he was expecting, but hey, dems to breaks. So keeping magic in your kids' lives, it's sad that it's lost on my older son, but I'm so thankful we still have maybe one last year with our younger boy to keep that magic alive, especially at Christmas time. Nothing can take its place. I remember looking back. Now, I didn't have a lot of those kind of magical things in my life just because I grew up with next to nothing. Very tough time, single mom, working hard, doing the best she could, but we didn't have a lot. I couldn't get a gift from Santa because I usually only got one gift, and that had to be from my mom. She had to put her name on it because, the stocking was from Santa, which was nice, and my grandparents would give me something every year, but I grew up with not a lot of magic in my life, and maybe that's why it means all the more to me in my adult life to make sure my kids have that experience. So if your kids are, on the fence, I say you hold on to that rope and you just try to keep it alive as long as you can. Whatever your traditions are in your household, if they are of a spiritual or magical nature, don't give up on them too soon. If your kids are still into it, you keep persevering and giving them that magic every day as long as they will allow it. I'm just a guy on YouTube telling you about my personal experience. I don't have all the answers, but in my heart of hearts, looking back, being a child, I wish that magic could have been there a bit longer for me. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had fun hanging out with this short little fireside chat. My name again is Edward Roberts. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And hey, leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, how you celebrate magical things in your household, and how you've been keeping that alive as the children get older. Until next time, know that you are very appreciated, and take care.